Okay, so we're looking at lesson 10, distance learning. We're in May now, May the 5th, 2020. I'm Mr. Ortiz. My cell is 404 955 6666. 404 955 6666. Email Hassan, Hassan, at gsu.edu. Hassan at gsu.edu. We're working on, as you know, Ventures, book number 3. Try to purchase the book if you can. ISBN number 976-1-108-44-957-1. I'll repeat it. ISBN number 976-1-108-44-957-1. And the last 2 lessons we were working on lesson 8. So there's a couple of pages left in lesson 8, and then we're going to start on unit 9, daily living. And the grammar in page 112 is about the past continuous. But last time I taught you all the 4 present tenses. So today I'm going to teach you the past tenses and the future tenses also. Okay? So we're going to learn about tenses. We're going to learn all 12 tenses today. So from our book on page 109, I'm going to look for the QR code here. Here we go.
Page 109, exercise 3B. 1. What do you need to do? I have to clean up the kitchen. Can I help? Sure. Could you throw out the trash? I'd be happy to. 2.
Don't you think it's cold in here? It's a little cold. Why don't you turn up the heat? That costs too much money. You can put on my jacket.
Okay. And let me repeat it.
Page 109, exercise 3B. 1. What do you need to do? I have to clean up the kitchen. Can I help? Sure. Could you throw out the trash? I'd be happy to. 2.
Don't you think it's cold in here? It's a little cold. Why don't you turn up the heat? That costs too much money. You can put on my jacket.
Okay. So that's from page 109. 109. Okay. My beloved son just sent me a text that he's coming over my house. So I just want to respond to him and say, great. Okay. Thank you. So there's a lot to cover. And we're going to go to Unit 9 now. And it's entitled Daily Living. Daily Living. So if you have your book, and if you look at the first photograph here, picture, the person's name is Monica, and she has her hand, she's on the phone, and she has the hand covering. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Okay, what do you see? What do you see? Something probably bad happened. She's saying, oh gosh, oh my God, what's happening here? No, I don't believe it. If we scroll down to the next photograph, Samantha, she's on the telephone also, and they may be related. Okay, I haven't read this unit yet, so in its entirety. And she has her mouth open, like to say, wow. Then in picture 3, there's a guy with gloves on and a cap. So I think that this is a robber who broke in to one of their homes and they're discussing the robbery. Then in picture number 4, yep, somebody robbed. The drawers are opened up, stuff is thrown on the floor. And in picture number 5, there's a neighborhood watch warning sign. So definitely they're talking about a break-in. They're talking about a break-in. Okay. So we'll do some reading on about this in the next lesson. But I want to get to something that is vital for you to learn. The tenses. Tenses. We learned last week about the past, the present tense. So today we're going to work on the past tenses. So we have the simple past, the past continuous, which I love to call progressive. I call it the past progressive. You probably will call it the past continuous. Then we have the past perfect. And then we have the past perfect progressive. So these are 4 tenses, okay, that are in the past. So let's look at the simple past. Simple past. Simple past, like the simple present, only has one verb. So here, the sentence is a flea jumped from the dog to the cat. So let's first identify the subject, a flea. The flea is the subject and is a noun. The first word, is an article. The flea did what? It jumped is the verb. And we see that the word ends in ed. Usually when a word ends in ed, it's a verb, not all the time. Some words could be adjectives, okay? But here we're asking the question, the flea did what? It jumped. Action verb. From preposition, the, adjective, dog, noun, to preposition, the, adjective, cat, noun. A flea jumped from the dog to the cat. Only one verb in this tense. Like the present tense, simple present, one verb. Simple past, one verb. The next tense is the past continuous. Now we have two helping verbs, was and were. Write them down, please. Past continuous, was and were. The sentence, the cat was walking along the tree branch. Now, if we have helping verbs, we have to have a main verb. And in the continuous forms, the main verb always ends in ing. So I'll read it again. The cat was walking along the tree branch. Okay, so we have the cat, subject noun, the article, was helping verb. Walking, main verb. The cat was walking. Where? Along the tree branch. Okay? But along is going to be a preposition. The, adjective, tree, adjective, branch, noun. Prepositional phrases usually act like an adverb or an adjective, usually adverbs. But here we're asking where. Okay. The past perfect. Now, we only have one helping verb, had. Had is the only helping verb. The main verb, if the verb is regular, will always end in ed. So let me say that again. In the past perfect tense, one helping verb, had, H-A-D. If the verb is regular, the main verb, it will end in ed. If the verb is irregular, it's going to be the past participle. The main verb will be in the past participle. Now, in this tense, we usually have two actions or two events. One ends before the other one ended. Okay? So the sentence is Miriam arrived at 5 p.m., comma, but Mr. Jones had closed the store. I'll read it again. Miriam arrived at 5 p.m., but Mr. Jones had closed the store. So now we have a coordinating conjunction, but, and we have a comma in front of it, which tells us we have a compound sentence. We have two subjects and two verbs. So let's look at the subjects first. Miriam, subject noun. Mr. Jones, subject noun. Miriam did what? She arrived. And the verb is in the simple past form. So in one action, you have the simple past form. But Mr. Jones had, helping verb, closed, regular verb, main verb, the adjective, store, noun. So we have two actions. Miriam arrived. Second action, Mr. Jones had closed the store. Now here's another sentence with an irregular verb. The elephant had eaten all the hay, so we fed it oats. What's the subject? Elephant, subject noun. We, subject pronoun. The elephant, the is an article. The elephant, not the elephant, had eaten. Helping verb, had. Eaten, main verb. Past participle. So we what? Fed. Simple past tense. Okay? Simple past tense. Hay is a noun. The adjective. All is also going to be an adjective. So, coordinating conjunction. It, pronoun. Oats, noun. The past perfect continuous. As we studied last lesson, the helping verb will be had been. The main verb is going to end in ing. We had been talking about repainting the room. We had been talking about repainting the room. We, subject pronoun, had been, helping verb, talking, main verb. About, preposition, repainting is a gerund, but the gerund acts like a noun. That's your prepositional phrase about repainting. The adjective, room, noun. So I'll read the sentences again. Simple past. A flea had jumped from the dog to the cat. Past continuous. The cat was walking. Was, helping verb, main verb, walking along the tree branch. Past perfect. Miriam arrived. Simple past at 5 p.m. But Mr. Jones had, helping verb, closed, main verb, the store. The elephant had eaten all the hay, so we fed it oat. Had, helping verb, eaten, past participle, main verb, fed, okay? Simple past, we had been talking about repainting the room. Ciao.